just came out of a guided Theta session, and it reminded me about something so core and key that I would like to share that with you. Now, it's about what most probably you heard already, is when it's saying what you resist persists. And it might be that we have had this conversation already together, or when you are on my webpage, on the very first letters that are saying, as long as you only know what you no longer want, you will keep it. What often is understood, what people are saying, let's go with the idea there is something that you say, I'm very clear, I don't want that anymore. So here is what I don't want anymore. It is very clear, and I understood when I think and when I focus and when I feel, because I'm a vibrational being, I understood this, and I very clearly see what I don't want anymore. What we in that moment are even emphasizing, making bolder, is exactly what we don't want anymore. How is that possible? Very simple. It is the understanding of how vibrational beings works. So we understood, we have the male, we have the thinker, and we have the female, the subconscious mind. Now, this male works as such that it is always focused on everything that we focus on. It is goal-oriented. So let's have a look. If I say, I know very clear, and I see it even as a that I don't know, I don't want anymore from now on, very clearly. So let's have a look. If I am a vibrational being, means my focus, my light, and if I say I know it even very clearly, means I even bundle that light like a laser, even worse you could say, and I bring that laser, that light, this energy, this attention on of what I don't want anymore. As soon as I look at something that I don't want anymore, guess what? How do you vibrate? How do you, in terms of feelings, emotions, the female then is vibrating. If I look at what I don't want anymore, so you for sure not anymore, I've got enough. I perceive here angriness or go away, sadness, or even rage or whatever. That's the vibration. So the learning and saying, I don't want that anymore, will have an effect. It will make that what I don't want anymore even bolder. And this is more than 80% of the people on this planet, they live like this. Listen to the news, listen to the people on the street. We don't want that anymore. Yeah. So we keep our focus of we don't want anymore. How about this, that we go beyond that, and when we ask the people, what do you want in life? And if mostly the answer is any more this, means we just ordered in our life, that comes to us as experiences within health, wealth and relationship, whatever, what we don't want anymore. So step number one is to reflect a bit. If that here is what I don't want anymore, what then I want? I cannot sit in the restaurant and tell to the waiter, if he asks me what would you like to order for dinner, and I tell him, no spaghetti, I had that yesterday. No sushi, I don't like sushis. He will still be there and wait. Fine, that's all good. But what do you want to eat? I understood what you don't want. With the universe, it's even more friendly because the universe, the all, always says yes. So it's a bit different compared to the waiter in the restaurant. If you say, I don't want that anymore, you will get what you resist. So key is to understand, I want this. That's why clarity of purpose is so key. It is so easy to say what we don't want anymore, and we are not realizing that we order by that in our life again and again and again, and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, in fact, what we don't want anymore. Those times are over. This is Kali Yuga. Satya Yuga is now on the place, and that means new, but that brings with it that I might turn my head, question mark, what then do I want? This is point number one. Point number two, if we are a vibrational being, we vibrate permanently, 24/7. And on the way as we vibrate, emotional mind, subconscious mind, vibrates, as such, we experience, we attract. We are literally all highly attractive. Now, that means, if you take as an example the first, wealth, finance, prosperity. When it comes to money, money has its initial expression of, it has been called currency. So currency, look at it on the etymological expression, it's currency, it's a current. And this current always flows through vibrations, through us. So basically it's true when in some New Age or esoteric circles it's said, abundance is everything, or everywhere is abundance. That's true. That is absolutely true. Because universe cannot be somewhere. If universe would be only here and then me, then would be two universe. That all there and me. But that's not the case. I'm part of that universe, so I'm within. And within that is we say it even, the all. We look then up to the sky and say the all is there. Where? There. All is all. So uni, one, versa, where all is in, the sea of all possibilities. And when I'm within that, I'm like a fish in the sea, I'm swimming with all, and all goes through me. So the currency is also flowing through me. There's one possibility, basically, that I need to do in order to avoid that current, and that is changing or building a kind of wall. And that wall I can build, for example, when I believe within me, you remember, I can have an idea, I want to have a lot of money, I want to have a lot of money, I want to have a lot of money. That's fine. But fact is, deep in the female emotional mind, subconscious mind, is anchored because repetitively, very early in your young age, have experienced from mama, papa, school, teacher, boss, everywhere, it's very hard to get money, and in fact, you don't have enough. And that's your brain basically have deeply anchored and saying, not only I'm not enough, but mainly I don't have enough. That's your mind deeply inside, more than high possibility, saying I don't have enough. And that's why I need more. Like we say, third word to teach for our children's. First word we learn most probably mama, second papa, and the third word is mama, papa, more. I need more. Why? Because the brain is here to achieve a goal. He is here to help us to survive, and it tells us always we don't have enough. Is that true? If it has been explained before, we are swimming in the enough. But based on this deep believing in us, has repetitively deeply anchored, don't have enough, I am enough, I'm not enough, etc. And this basic belief brings us to a vibration saying not enough, not enough, not enough, and as universe always says yes, it will normally bring that current. I think about money, initial female thought, electric, money wanna come, but now the vibration is saying not enough. Oh, then I have to create not enough, so I cannot flow through here. So what do we learn out of that is, we have a belief within us that we can let go. How? Regression, SOL-Hypnosis possibility, or simply ask deeply ourselves, why do I believe that? And very simple, is that true? Let's have a check. In your entire life, when we look back, all your needs, human being has 7 needs. Let's go through again. Number 1, I give it in the flow of needs, otherwise death. Number 1, air. You breathe, and you were always breathing in this life, otherwise you wouldn't listen now. Number 2, water. You always had enough water. You always have had sleep. 4, you always have had food in a way or the other, otherwise you wouldn't now as well be here. 5th, shelter, a roof over your head, whether it's a castle or a pergola at the beach, it's not important. Here we have the first 5. 6th, relationship with some other people, plants, God, animals, a stone, a picture, it's not important. And 6, creation. We need to have the opportunity in our life to create something. As little children, we did not say at the beach, Mama, Papa, I want to have a castle at the beach, a sand castle. We said, we want to build a sand castle. And what did we do with the sand castle when it's done? We destroy it, make another one. We are creators. So these 7 needs of a human being in our life, we always have had. We might have had ideas, I wish to have a Ferrari or a second one or a 3rd hotel or a villa at the beach or whatever. Fine, maybe in that moment we haven't had the money or whatever for that. But all what we needed, these 7 needs, we always have had this. That means that repetitive belief within us saying we never have had enough is not true. It's a lie. But it was repetitively deeply anchored in our female emotional mind that we innerly believe that. And that belief, we can ask a question, is that true? No, it's not. So in that moment, if that is not, we can think now it's not, but it won't sustain. So we might do good to release that. And that's an exercise. So all in all, we can learn, number 1, is you're a vibrational being. Number 1. And you can think the whole day as much as you want. It's important. First think, yes, male. But we also need is take care of our female part, which is the vibration, subconscious mind. If this thinking and feeling emotions and finally our acts are in line, we are in line and will achieve our goals faster than we can even imagine ourselves, whatever it is. Number 2, if we focus then, once we have understood this, with our laser, with our light, with our attention towards what we don't want anymore, we create more of what we don't want anymore. What we resist persists. We just can't let that be. It is. And that happens plenty times during the entire day. Why did you just say that? You shouldn't say that. You should not do that. The only reason that we experience suffering in life is our thoughts. that makes an interpretation, a judgment towards a situation, something that's been said, that comes into our life, that appears, that we give an opinion, say that should not be, that's not good. And it's not the thing there that is not good, it is our judgment about it. Why just let it be? It is there. There's a flower with a dot. Oh, I don't like that flower because she has a dot. Let that flower be on the way as it is. I just let it be. What I then can decide for my life and say, here exists flowers with dots. I want 3 blue, lila, yellowish flowers. And I focus on this. And I will create in my life 3 blue, yellowish, lilas, flower, whatever it is. Where attention goes, energy flows. And that's all in aspect of attention. And last but not least is what we have more than most probably anchored within us. Everything flows through us because we are vibrational beings. The only capacity, or the only thing that we need to do is, and we have the capacity, is to try to create a wall that wants to flow through us like a current, like a river through us. We can hold that and create a wall by simply creating a belief pattern that is saying, I have not have had enough, I do not have enough, and I will not have enough in future, which is absolutely nonsense. Life always works for us. Releasing that, and this we will see next time very easily how we can release that. Thank you.